Hey everyone, how's it going? This is Gersha from Technical Option Traders. Hope you guys had a great long weekend. Just before we begin, a humble request. If you guys like what I provide here, please like, subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate that. Now, further ado, let's get going here and let's see what the market has to offer us today, okay? So overall, a few things that we have to pay attention to about what's going on with the market overall. Today was a nice day. It's consolidation after a strong up move. Market is consolidating now. What we have to pay attention to is this important level of 410. As long as this level holds up, we should be all right, and it should continue to move up. So as we can see here, there's long wicks that are coming at the bottom of this pattern, which are starting to shape up here. This is a strong indication that buyers did step in right about here and are starting to push up now. However, we did break a downtrend move, or a downtrend line, which was getting overextended, and that's exactly what happened here. We did get a push up. Now, it's important to see where we meet resistance. Now, it's showing that we're getting resistance around 417, around 418 area, right? So that's important to pay attention to, but we're bouncing around 410. So what I want to see over the next couple of days here, I want to see price consolidate here and accept before we get the next leg higher to about 420, but 430 is a really critical level. If this level is undefeated or market cannot get above this level, it could be a problem and we could push back a lot lower, right? So this is the bigger downtrend move right here at the 430 mark. Okay, so that's something that we got to watch out for over the next couple of days. And as you guys can start to see here, the market is starting to start to make an uptrend line. So we'll see where it pulls back to, because a vertical up move is not something we want to see. We want to see a steady incline in the stock price, but right now S&P 500 is getting very extended. So right here on the triple Qs here, same thing. We're getting a pull up here, nice bounce. However, the volume or the price action is starting to get a little bit, you could say, flat. Okay, it's not going up, it's not going down. So we have a downtrend line break. That's good. We have a resistance test at 312. That's fine. We need now price action to consolidate and break out and test the 325, right? So we need volume to pick up as well. The volume being flat is not a good sign for me. I want to see volume continue to rise and buyers stepping in to show me that they're bullish behind this whole move up. Right now, if we look at the 1 hour time frame on the Qs, it's nice. But as you guys can see here, compared to this volume right here that we're in right now over the past few days, it's a lot lower. It's very slow. It doesn't look as strong. So we have to wait and see about what's going on here and where the bigger move is. So maybe with after consolidating, the push higher will have more buyers behind the move. But for now, the Qs have made a push, but they're stuck around 311. We need to consolidate and break out and go to 324 and then about 330. Okay. Looking at IWM now, small caps, similar concept. Looking at the daily, on the daily we look very nice here. So starting to bounce here, a consolidation phase happening right now, and we're looking to start to break out here. Okay. However, what we need to see is the IWM. This is an important level, right? So it's just retesting this support level or resistance level right here around 195. So even if IWM pushes to this, it needs to get above it. It needs to consolidate. It can't just keep pushing in one direction. Okay, that's not what we want to see. In a healthy trend, we want to see the market, consolidate before moving higher. So right now on the hourly time frame, what we're seeing is price action trading in this price channel. It did test the upper resistance around 187. It rejected that, which is nice, but it didn't really break down. So we want to see a push above to 192 before we consider the next move here. If we can get above a 192 with a volume, we can break the big downtrend line. Then 208 is in the picture, but it's important to see what happens. But overall, the volume on IWM also very flat. Dow Jones, nice move here. We're testing the symmetrical triangle line, the resistance line. This is a doji candlestick. Not really positive. I want to see what tomorrow has to show. If you guys can see here, the price action is a little bit declining. Okay. Once again, that's not what we want to see. We want to see the price action push up. So overall, the market as a whole, you guys can start seeing there's weakness coming in. But the strong indication that I'm getting from the market is the VIX. The VIX is broken down on this uptrend line. broken down the support line. So VIX is decreasing, but I want to see it get below 20, which would be a really solid indication for me. So this is an excellent move for me to understand that volatility is decreasing in the market, and possibly we can start to see an uptake in the coming few days. Okay. Looking at KWeb now, China. Like I said to you guys before, if you guys watch my previous videos, I discussed this. This gap fill and this volume behind this move is a huge indicator that we can possibly start to see a big reversal in the Chinese market. So KWeb is something really strong that we should be watching. And China, because they're starting to stimulate their economy with the Shanghai lockdowns being lifted and easing, and possible easing of supply chain coming up. So expect KWeb to do well. As long as now what we want to see some sort of consolidation. As you guys can see here, there's a lot of gap ups and gap downs in this little area, heavily volatile area right here. But we want to see some sort of consolidation and price acceptance coming in before we really start getting heavily into KWeb. Okay. So looking at ARC here, ARC once again nice. This is in the consolidation phase here as well. Needs to break above the 46. All right, so we'll see what happens over the next coming days. So this is important, guys. Once a price makes a move or makes a directional play, you have to wait for consolidation. You have to wait for a few days for price to accept before you guys go ahead and take on that move. Okay, but overall, what I want to discuss as well is gold. Gold back below the 175, right? So it couldn't hold the 175. It tried to test the 174, unable to get above. Buyers are not coming in, and gold is rejecting to the downside. So that's something we got to pay attention to overall, right? So gold is starting to break down a little bit, but however, the bigger breakdown is here below 163. If it gets to that and closes below that, could be a good play on short side to about 148, 145. That's something to consider, okay? However, looking at the economic indicators, that might not happen, but we'll see. We'll keep an eye on gold, right? So the sectors overall in the market today, consumer discretionary were up. XLE lost out a little bit. Oil and gas. So we'll see how tech and XLF do over the next coming days. We have some big things happening with tech, such as Amazon shares split, Google stock split, and Shopify split. So that's something to pay attention to. But then again, we have a huge economic indicators coming out, such as FMOC meeting. That's something to be wary of. So just be careful as you guys are investing in the market. Wait for the place to come to you before you guys go ahead and make any kind of decisions on what you want to do. Okay. So overall, hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll be back tomorrow. See you guys.